Facebook reports that it plans to create its own cryptocurrency today in the Cheddar News organization. I don't know if it's planned to be called FaceCoin or what exactly they plan to call this new cryptocurrency. Interesting story considering a lot of the trouble that Facebook has been in lately with the discovered leakage of a lot of the Facebook users, myself included, information in the analytics scandal, Mark Zuckerberg's zombie-like testimony before the U.S. Congress, and in the news it says that Facebook started studying blockchain almost a year ago when a member of its corporate development team, Morgan Beller, began looking at how the social platform could use the emerging technology. And it goes on to say her work was thrust into the spotlight this week when Facebook announced that the vice president in charge of the Messenger app, David Marcus, would lead a new team to explore how to best leverage blockchain across Facebook, starting from scratch. And Facebook certainly, Mark Zuckerberg has his hands in a lot of different areas. They looking to, as reported earlier this year, to get into more into real estate with dynamic ads for real estate. They just announced that they're also going to develop a dating website where they match you with people that you're not friends with on Facebook, and certainly they know as we come to light, which we know anyway. They know everything about us because we tend to enter everything on the internet, especially Facebook. But it's just an interesting story. They plan to get their own cryptocurrency. And I think it's even more interesting if you just delve deeper into the story. It says, like many other companies, Facebook is exploring ways to leverage the power of blockchain technology. Um, it says Facebook work on blockchain technology and cryptocurrency will likely take years to materialize. People familiar with the matter say the social network doesn't have plans to hold a so-called initial coin offering. Even further says payment using crypto right now is just expensive, super slow. So the various communities running the different blockchains and the different assets need to fix all the issues. Then we will get there someday. Maybe we'll do something. Those are the words of David Marcus, who is the vice president in charge of the Messenger app. I wouldn't take everything they say as being, as we say, cliches as being true or gospel. Especially that last line where it says that cryptocurrency and the transactions are slow because actually, as I'll show later in this report, transactions on the blockchain are actually very, very fast, even faster than what you can some credit card providers are offering. So let's continue on with the dishonesty, which I find interesting. If you look into Cheddar, you will see that Cheddar is a company that has investors that include Lightspeed Venture, Partners, Rain Ventures, and look at that, Goldman Sachs. And this company broadcasts from the stock market floor at the New York Stock Exchange. I find that to be quite interesting. And of course, when you learn about Goldman Sachs, the relationship between them breaking this news article, Cheddar, Facebook, and Goldman Sachs, and you're going to be able to see some of this honesty in what they're saying years away from fully doing this cryptocurrency thing and fully integrating it into society. Very dishonest, as you will see. Matter of fact, we're going to go back to an article published in Reuters on November 30th, 2017. It says Goldman SQs Bitcoin wants to help clients crypto trade. And the CEO of Goldman Sachs was quoted in this article, one Mr. Lloyd Blankfein, the current CEO of Goldman Sachs, um, in which he criticized cryptocurrency. He said something that moves up and down 20% a day doesn't feel like a currency, doesn't feel like a store of value. which you can read right here, which is a further illustration of this dishonesty that comes out of the mouths of these people. It said in response to client interest in cryptocurrency, we're exploring how to best serve them in the space. And this comes from Tiffany Galvin, a spokesperson for Goldman Sachs. And I'm also going to show you Lloyd Blankfein because a lot of times you see these news reports, you don't know what these people look like. This is Lloyd Blankfein, the CEO, the current CEO of Goldman Sachs. It's being reported that he's scheduled to step aside, as you see here, by the year's end. We'll see how that goes. But you just see the dishonesty in these people because guess who is one of the top two leading investment investors into blockchain technology? Before we get there, before I reveal to you who's one of the top two investors in blockchain technology, we're going to go back to a December 2nd, 2017 article that reads Bitcoin, is it a bubble waiting to burst or a good investment? Uh, it has a lot of people sort of downplaying uh, blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. But if you go down a couple of paragraphs, you'll see global financial leaders such as J.P. Morgan, Boss, Jamie Dimon, and Goldman Sachs, Lord Blankfein have warned that the currency is ripe for use by fraudsters. And as you'll see, that the biggest fraudsters aren't the people; it's the central people running the central banks, like Lord Blankfein. Because you can see, the two biggest investors in blockchain technology are Google and Goldman Sachs are the most active investors in blockchain firms. Report Google and Goldman Sachs are two of the most active corporate investors in blockchain companies. According to a report, blockchain is the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And Facebook is getting into this because you're seeing a shift away from fiat currencies as more companies as well as countries are shifting towards cryptocurrency. And here's a list of countries that actually have a national cryptocurrency already. You have Ecuador, which is in South America, Tunisia, Senegal, which is in Africa, Sweden has official cryptocurrency, Estonia, Russia, Japan, as well as the country of Dubai. And I also show you the transaction speed to show the dishonesty coming from the gentleman, Mr. Marcus, from Facebook. And it says how Ripple outdid the transaction speed of Visa. If you go down, you read the article, you come to a section called The Utmost Importance of Speed, and you'll see that Ripple is now the fastest. It says the most current upgrade resulted in Visa getting replaced from its top spot by Ripple for the swiftest transaction speeds. Currently, Ripple's transaction speed has crossed that of Visa's to reach the mark of 50,000 transactions per second. Ripple, which has now emerged as a company dealing in international financial transactions, holds the responsibility of the XRP token. And the XRP token is another cryptocurrency with some of the latest technological upgradations in the speed of transactions that have taken place. Ripple is set to earn the status of the speediest virtual transaction processing company on a global scale. The other crypto networks which register speeds close to that of Ripple are Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Dash Ethereum, and Litecoin. So if you go back to the words of one Mr. David, the dishonesty in the statement where he says payments using crypto now is just very expensive and super slow, because we just seen from Ripple, who has the XRP cryptocurrency, that the blockchain technology has is the most, well, the fastest transaction speed out of all of the digital and virtual transactions company, even faster than Visa. So I don't think this is years away. I think they're going to introduce this soon. I just think they're saying it's years away because the fiat currency system is dying because of too much debt from the debt-based economy, which comes from fiat currency. So there'd be something to keep your eyes on the global scale as more companies, even companies like Goldman Sachs, who with the left hand say, we're not, we think, you know, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is just a big bubble, it's going to burst, it's not good, it's dangerous. The fraudsters did on the right hand, you find out they're the biggest investors in blockchain technology. This has been John Philippe signing off.